Terrorism or a workplace grudge. Tonight, investigators are trying to figure out the motive behind yesterday's deadly rampage in San Bernardino, California. Welcome back. I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Alice Gaynor in for Maurice Dubois. Here's what we know right now. 14 people were killed and 21 wounded when the suspects, husband and wife, Syed Farouk and Tashfeen Malik, opened fire at a banquet. Tonight, there are concerns Farouk could have become radicalized. Sources tell CBS News Farouk was in contact with people overseas with ties to terrorism. According to published reports, the couple met online.
The FBI says that Malik entered the United States on a fiancé visa in July of 2014 from Saudi Arabia. She had a Pakistani passport. A search of their home uncovered 12 pipe bombs and more than 3,000 rounds of ammunition. Investigators also found 3 connected pipe bombs with a remote control device that apparently malfunctioned.
It appears to be a degree of planning that went into this. Nobody just gets upset at a party, goes home and puts together that kind of an elaborate scheme or plan to come back and do that. So there was some planning that went into this.
Tonight, investigators say they do not have any credible information to indicate that there is any threat to anyone in that area. And it is a question that many parents are grappling with these days. Another mass shooting, another series of slayings. How do we talk about our children about this?
CBS 2's Scott Rapoport has some answers.
The images are as disturbing as they are increasingly familiar and inescapable. San Bernardino, Paris, Newtown, plastered on televisions, newspapers everywhere. What about our kids? Many are aware and already talking about it. How do we explain this?
How are you talking to your children?
Oh, that's a tough question.
What do you know about ISIS?
I know that ISIS is a terrorist organization, the most dangerous of today, that stands for the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, and that honestly they're a bunch of monsters.
We can't shield our children from what is happening in the world.
Psychologist Jeffrey Gardier says talking about tragedies like this as a family is essential, and that for parents, the first thing to ask your kids is what they've heard and how they're feeling.
Let's look at this together. Let's talk about what this really means. Don't let them deal with it alone. Let them know that you love them and you will try to keep them as safe as possible.
He says despite any personal feelings, don't speak with fear or anger.
Because that may pique the interest of our children even more, number one. And number two, then they will react in a way out of anger and fear.
Gardier says tragic events like in San Bernardino and elsewhere also give families a unique opportunity to plan ahead, just in case, to be proactive.
Taking proactive action, such as knowing safe havens, or if something happens, what is the backup plan as far as being able to contact another adult or a parent by telephone.
Uncomfortable and troubling conversations reflecting the seriousness of the times in which we live. Scott Rapoport, CBS 2 News.
Now, experts also say it's okay for parents to show emotion. It allows children the opportunity to express themselves and not repress their feelings. And we have much more coverage on the deadly shootings coming up at 6 o'clock, including one local sheriff who's making a controversial request of all registered gun owners.
Campaign